Podium, please, and give your name and address and give us your comments.
Linda Rowley, 246 South Diamond, New London. I just have a couple questions. Your ambulance looks really awesome.
Isn't it amazing?
That is absolutely amazing. Looks great. Thank you for keeping us safe. You guys, we had a little bit, you guys did an awesome job. I have a records request in that I've not gotten an answer to yet. Wondering if we can give me any kind of time frame. It's well past the time it should have been.
Ms. Tracy, can you answer that question?
No, because I sent it to you guys, it's a records request, if I'm correct, to get information about new fire chief.
Just a background check. I just wanted to see. I had several people ask me about it, and I said I have no clue, and I don't want to form. I mean, I don't form an opinion until I know the facts.
I don't have access.
I have no clue.
I don't have access to that.
I haven't seen it either.
No, I mean, I don't have access to those files. That would be personnel stuff, so I can't get into that. That's personnel. Unless I've been authorized to do it, and then I can look at it. But I know she can't come during the day. I know that we have once had some rules that we had gotten some procedures to do it, and they have to come. The HR has to be there while they're looking at the file. So I know she can't come, she works during the day. So somebody, that would mean somebody else would have to do that for her.
So we can't physically give her a copy, but she can look at it while she...
I don't know if that's...
Mr. Wolf, do you have any insight on this? Stop.
Since it involves HR, you have to defer to your legal counsel for an answer.
And I sent it to legal, and I haven't heard anything from legal.
Here we go.
Something like that's probably gonna have to be redacted by our lawyer before they release it.
Hasn't it been sent to the lawyer?
I sent the request to the lawyer, and I haven't heard anything.
Can somebody check on it?
Mr. Wolf, can you check up on that?
Yes, I can.
Okay, one more point that I had was several weeks ago, I know you guys had talked about the spray issue, nobody had a license, blah, 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 blah. That is one of my jobs at work. So I got an email, it's been several weeks ago, called, left a message that you guys could do your online training and could have people licensed. I think it was October 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that. Didn't know if we got anybody up and moving and we got anybody certified that was sprayed and leaves. I never heard anything back, Susan, I was asking.
Who'd you talk to?
I left a message on your voicemail.
That day, so I'll go back and get my computer record that stamps those voicemails, and I'll see if
It's
it's
been
there.
several weeks. I mean, obviously
we would've
today's the
jumped on
6th.
that.
Obviously today's the 6th, so it's over.
Right.
I think I sent,
I got a copy of it.
you got a copy of it, okay.
I don't need it. My license is given her 2 years.
Okay, so anyway, I tried. It was only $60 and they could do it and they didn't have to go anywhere. Thank you.
It's cheaper than doing it at the county center.
Oh, by far, but they didn't have to go anywhere, that was the thing, they could just sign on, do it, take the test.
You're
and-
still gonna have to buy the test materials.
Right.
That's what I
So
said.
we're under 3 minutes, good.
The test materials can be printed offline, or you can send to Columbus and get them.
Always try to think of the cheapest way we can do it. How we can save a buck. Mr. Brian Cummins is next.
I would like to bring a line of sight issue on Fraser and Bricker. And there is in 2 different directions. One on going west on Fraser, approaching the stop sign at Bricker, there's a tree covering the stop sign completely. I know that will disappear fairly soon, and the leaves are gone, but that's not going to stop the issue completely. And then the other one is, as you go through that stop sign, on the west side, corner of Bricker and Fraser there, the vacant lot there, it's all grown up. You can't see around it at all. And my next is a question, is the road repair in that neighborhood complete? Is there nothing else going to be done? other than the pretty much crappy pothole patching job they got done, which I'm sure costs way too much.
Road superintendent want to answer that?
When we had worked with trustees in October, November last year, then into December, January, February, I asked for a list of roads to be done. And the road you were talking about was not on the list. And I asked for a list, and I never got one fully from the trustees.
Okay, so,
Just let me finish. We'll meet you out there as soon as you want to meet out there, and we'll look at everything you're talking about. If you want to meet tomorrow, that's fine. And we'll look at what you're talking about.
so Knox, Bricker, Mater are all finished? That's done,
No,
that's complete work?
no, they are to be repaired. And that damage has been there more than 1 year.
When?
That's been there for years, and we
When
need
is
to
it gonna
address
be
it.
repaired?
That's what I need to meet with you so we can get it scheduled.
You told her 3 months ago that it was already scheduled.
Well, it was on that initial contract that they had talked about, and then, so it did not get done because they had to go to an alternate supplier.
Well, your road crew is the one who did the work, so who got paid to do the work and it hasn't been done at all?
No, that is not true.
Well, is it,
Let me meet you out there, look at everything you talk about, picture everything, and then we'll go back to revisit when it's gonna be scheduled.
okay, well, tomorrow's not good for me, so
What day is?
Friday would be the first available day I would have.
What time?
10 a.m. if that works.
That's good with me. Where do you want me to come to your house?
Meet you on Knox, Breaker, anywhere in the park.
Let's meet at near Knoxon. Let's meet at the school there, in the park out front there, if you don't mind, and then we'll just go around, and I'll have my superintendent, or not, have some of the staff come with me.
And that's on the side of the left.
Do you have a phone number that I can call you, or?
You're gonna keep going, you have 20
Okay,
seconds.
off record. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I was also wondering what was going to be done to secure that school.
Now, I can only tell you what I know, and I think Captain Flagg knows some too. There are multiple liens by federal government that they took loans out to make it a charter school, and no one can determine who the owner is of the property. It goes back to somewhere in DC. And so we can't even enforce half the rules and regulations because there's no landlord.
That's been discussed numerous times, Brian.
So-
In different meetings, yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of a bad spot.
But we're gonna try to figure out a way to work on it. The land bank's trying to find a way to find money to tear it down. But I don't have any idea.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Brian.
Okay, Glenn O'Hare is next.
My name is Gwen O'Hara, I live at 344 Alfred Avenue. And I want to know, I know it was already discussed, the White Calumet building, if it is a larger, can handle a larger capacity, why it is not being used, and who said it was closed to begin with?
I was told it was closed. As I said, I made a phone call because I had residents tell me that it wasn't closed. So I called the guy in charge and he said it's open. So we discussed it in the work session, and something happened overnight, but we have the desire to start having our meetings over there at the gymnasium and the Calumet Center.
Okay. And the second thing was, I did my own research on the new fire chief. Is that Doug Wright?
Yes.
Correct. Was he in trouble in Union City in 2012? Is that the same Doug Wright?
Any one of you trustees can answer that question?
Did anyone do a background check on him? Who interviewed him for this? What was the procedure for that, for hiring him?
That's a confidential HR matter that can't be discussed in a
Hey, one person has the floor, nobody else speaks.
He's a public service officer, and you want to say that it's private.
But you can still answer the question, who did the background check? I've never seen it, because I did a public records question background check myself, and never have seen it.
You have a public records request for that.
I've got 5 of them, they've never been answered. Go ahead, I'm sorry, I didn't even take your time up.
That's
Go ahead.
okay, that's good. Is it the same Doug Wright that was in trouble for using fire department funds in Union City in 2012?
I can't answer that question because I've been denied that information.
Okay. Mr. Mann, Mr. McGuire, Mr. Wolf, anyone? Can anyone answer that?
Transparency is best.
I will get you an answer.
Can I?
Are you saying he's already been hired and you don't know the answer to this question?
Can I say something?
I don't know the answer to that question, that is correct.
Isn't that something that might have been important before hiring?
I will get you an answer if you give me your information, and I will get you an
Why
answer.
don't you go on record and tell us what you know, since you've done some
It's
research?
on Google, right here.
So what did it say?
Would you like me to read it?
Absolutely.
Former Union City, Ohio Fire Chief Doug Wright was slapped with a suspended 6-month prison term Wednesday afternoon by a visiting judge in Dark County Common Police Court in Greenville on the charge of theft in office by deception. Wright lost his job as fire chief in Union City over the theft. February 15, 2012. There is also an article in the Daily News that goes into further depth about that. All I'm asking is that same Doug Wright?
I can't comment on that.
Okay, it sounds like you'll get an answer from Mr. Mann. He'll get back with you and give you an answer on any question.
That's it.
Well, thank you. Tracy, do you have something you want to say?
Yeah,
Okay, next is trustees' reports, and I'm going to start. So I got a few things to say. One is, we catch a little flack from the way I'm conducting the meetings, but I'm trying to do my best to be transparent also. I do not like not answering questions. We are put in office by the residents of this township. They vote us in office. We answer to the residents of this township. My number, you call the office, I never answered the office phone, not the Lilly office. And I'll tell you right there on the machine, if you guys don't get a hold of me, my cell number is 937-776-0989. And I will answer the phone and talk to you. I'll talk to anybody resident. You might not like what I got to say. I might not like what you guys say. But we've got to be transparent. I'm glad we talked about the zoning issues. I had some residents call me, and we talked about the zoning this year on the Germantown Pike and that building being open. We talked about being transparent, using tablets, the misconception of the Calumet Center being closed. There's just things we need to work on, and watching how we spend money. I think we really need to start to live within our means. We all as humans at home, in our own lives, we gotta live within our means. We in Jefferson Township need to live within our means. That's all I got. Mr. McGuire's next.
This debate about the issue too money, nothing could make this township look more foolish. Mr. Mann and myself see have our eye on the ball of taking care of the public need versus the other half of the elected officials in this room who, no matter how you dress it up, you're still putting on the same meaning of backstabbing, putting you on the spot, digging stuff out of the files, and it's attack, attack, attack. We're gonna be the laughing stock of the county, giving up this money on this road project. This is one night that I wished we had a room full of people, because Mr. McLaughlin would have been booed off the stage. These are residents that we work for. But some people in this room continue to pursue their agenda of hostile work environment. You've got McLaughlin versus Jefferson Township. You got McLaughlin versus the road department. You got McLaughlin against the road employees. You got a McLaughlin that doesn't even want to shake hands with our new fire chief. What's wrong with that picture? That's all I have.
Mr. Mann, you're next.
I don't have a report tonight.
Motion to adjourn.
I second motion.
We were adjourned at 9 o'clock straight up.
When you get with Roush.
I'm glad you saved your seat. You everyone come stay in your seat. You didn't get up and want to run anybody.
Letter authorizing us to contact parties.
On